What about my love? Wasn't it enough? Just let me know so I can hold.
All right, and I think that this one is the last game that we predicted: Alabama and LSU. Man, oh man, Fishing, give us your. Is this an upset?
This is tough. I want to know what the point spread is. And
can
this is
look
at
it up.
Alabama, right?
This is at Alabama, correct?
This is at Alabama at night. Whew, it's gonna be an electric one. We talk a lot about Jaden Daniels and how much we love Jaden Daniels. Malik
Alabama
Neighbors,
-3,
-3. Yep. So that's pretty much this
60
is
and a half over under.
This is a pick 'em. Man, you know we love Jaden Daniels. We know we love this LSU offense. The secondary, like I mentioned earlier, is really it's not good for LSU. Up front, we know that they can be ran on, like you stated. Alabama's run game is kind of getting together. Jalen Milroe is a part of that.
Yep.
I think this is going to be an absolute shootout. I think Jalen Milroe is going to hit a lot of deep balls. He hits a few every single game, and they're usually touchdowns. And like I said, LSU secondary is suspect.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy, you know, when you look at matchups, how interesting it can really be. LSU, what's their thing? Dominating offense. Alabama's dominating defense. They're going head to head. Then you got bad defense versus above average offense. So I still like LSU in this game. It's tough. It's tough. It's mainly because I feel like that Jaden Daniels is going to have more success running the ball or throwing the ball. And I think his dual threat capability, which is what he does the best, it doesn't really matter if the running game can get going because he's going to scramble out and run the ball. Like I said, he leads the team in rushing yards. So he's going to run for some yards, and we know he's going to throw. So all I'm saying is if he's got 3-4 touchdowns and no picks, you're Heisman winner.
Yeah. I think I agree with you. I picked LSU in this one too. It's just if they lose this game, it's because of Brian Kelly.
I'm glad you said that too. Because you're probably right.
If they lose this game, it's because of Brian Kelly. And their lack of running on offense outside of Jaden Daniels. So this is the perfect game. And actually, Jaden Daniels doesn't lead the team in rushing. It's Diggs, who's at 611 yards. So that's good. But he's not that far away.
He's not far away.
He's not that far
for a lot of the season.
I think he's like 40 yards away from leading the team again in rushing.
Yeah.
But Jaden Daniels is everything to this team. I've been saying that for years. If he decided to leave Arizona State, he was going to be good. Malik Neighbors, everybody knows how good he is. I understand he puts up numbers. He's just so inconsistent sometimes, man. It's like he could be 1,100, 1,200 yards already this season if he would just keep his head in the game all the time. Like literally, a couple games that they lost this year came down to Malik Neighbors just not being in the game when he really needed to be.
It's like Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, it is. It's very similar to Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy's worse though. He's been a lot better this year.
Worse, yeah.
His mistakes were worse for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense, I think they'll be okay. I mean, as much as I'm gonna still stick by my boy Jalen Milroe though. He's been getting better as the season goes on, and I think the best thing for him was the benching that happened and transition him in and out the game. He's still one of the most sacked quarterbacks in college football with 30 sacks, so that doesn't help. But most of them is self-inflicted, holding on to the ball too long, trying to make something out of nothing. I'm gonna make a hot take right here, and I said it once and I'll say it again. Jermaine Burton is probably the most underrated receiver in the country. He has 5 touchdowns. He probably should have 10. By some of the penalties, some of the missed throws that have happened this year, it's like we are cheated from seeing how good this kid can be. I really think so. If he was on LSU, I think he would have been a better receiver. we wouldn't even be talking about Malik Neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
It would be. I'm telling you, bro. It would be a close conversation between the two on who was better on LSU.
I like Isaiah Bond a lot too. He's a little smaller, but I like him too.
Isaiah Bond, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they both have the same amount of catches this year too, but it's 22.1 average for Jermaine Burton and 15.7 for Isaiah Bond.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that tells you right there that he's a downfield threat. If they win this game, Jace McClellan has to step up. Jalen Milroe cannot get sacked as much. And I'm not even going to say it's all on Jermaine Burton. You just got to put the ball on Jermaine Burton in this vicinity, and he goes up and catches it. And the team has to be disciplined. They take so many unnecessary penalties this year. It's absolutely outrageous. No wonder Nick Saban's losing his mind every 5 minutes on the sideline. I mean, that's the worst thing right there. But I think this is another close game too, man. I really do. I think this is another close game. They're playing at night in Tuscaloosa, so you already have the odds against you. I'm willing to say that this is the best game of the week.
Yeah, I agree. Over under at 60. It's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I think this is the best game of the week. Not defensively, but offensively. And I just think right now, the team that has the most firepower and the best quarterback right now, it's almost like Jalen Milroe is a poor man's version of Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, it kind of is, yeah. It's
So,
like he'll hit the intermediate stuff like 15 yards downfield, but they're always wide open, and then he'll hit the occasional deep ball for a touchdown. Other than that, they're just trying to establish the run. That's just kind of how Alabama plays.
imagine Jaden Daniels and Jalen Milroe were to switch spots. This wouldn't even be close. Alabama would
Oh yeah,
kick their ass.
I agree.
Him and Jermaine Burton, he'd make that dude a Biletnikoff winner. I mean, think about it, bro. How many missed passes happened? Jermaine Burton would be 1,100 yards right now, probably. Man, I know I may just be hyping that up a little bit, but